guys? It's me, Adam Deshawn, with another video. So this video is going to be discussing 5 tips for travel nurses. So those of you guys who have been following me know that I have been travel nursing now just about a year and a half. So these are just about 5 tips that I wish I would have known or somebody would have told me at the beginning of my travel journey. Now, in other news, those of you guys who have been following me on Instagram know that I am now currently affiliated with nursing.com. So I'm going to drop a link in the bio and I'm going to play this really quick ad for them. So stay tuned for that. Hey, are you a pre-nursing student, nursing student, or are you getting ready to take the NCLEX? If so, nursing.com is an excellent nursing supplemental educational tool that can help you get into nursing school, pass nursing school, and it can even help you pass the NCLEX. With nursing.com, you have access to over 2,500 visual study tools, 2,500 video lessons, and over 6,000 NCLEX questions. If you're ready to take your nursing journey to the next level, click the link below. And we're back. So let's get right into these 5 steps, okay? So step number 1. We need to ensure that whatever travel company that you guys are going to be traveling with, make sure they're reputable and have a good history. Now, the way you can find these things out is, number 1, look them up in the Better Business Bureau. Number 2, you can look them up on their website, and you can kind of tell by the website what type of company this is. And then number 3, which is perhaps the best way, is to get on Facebook, look into a lot of the travel nurse groups, kind of comment like, hey, this group, or hey, this agency is looking for me to travel for them, or I'm looking to travel with this agency, and see what other nurses have to say about this agency. They're going to give you the very plain and like it's trash, or it's great, or the recruiters are crap, or the pay is late. They're going to give you the complete rundown of this travel company. So just make sure before you even start dealing with these people, because you don't want to start giving them personal information like your social and your address and your nursing license before you ensure that this travel company is reputable, okay? So number 2, this is a big one. Before you take this assignment or before you leave to go on this assignment, make sure that you have a major credit card. Oh my gosh. So when I first took my first travel assignment, I had a credit card, but it had a very small limit, right? So I only had like a $750 limit on my credit card. Now, there wasn't any issues with that particular assignment. But my second assignment, when you guys know when I was in El Paso, that was a problem, right? There were some issues with the rental car. There were some issues with the hotel. Thankfully, everything in the end worked out for me. But you guys know nowadays the rental car companies won't even take a debit card from you. Like, they want a credit card on file, and a lot of hotels are starting to do the same. So it is imperative that you guys have a major credit card with a really decent limit, because so many crazy things have happened. Another example I got from one of a friend of mine that was traveling with me at the time. We were on a crisis contract, and crisis contract, they typically get you your hotel, and they typically get you they take you back and forth to work. But in this case, they didn't know she was coming, so she had to book her own hotel for that night. So there's so many things that it's so many things that having a credit card, a major credit card, can absolutely dissipate. So absolutely have a major credit card before you take your first travel assignment. Number 3, this is another big one. Try to pick a good recruiter. Now, I don't know what is going on with recruiters, but when I first started traveling, I encountered a lot of very helpful recruiters. But as my journey continued, I noticed that these recruiters started to be trash. Like, they were slow with their responses. They made you feel pressured. So choose a good recruiter. If your recruiter is just like making you feel uncomfortable, is very slow to respond to you in text messages and emails, or make you feel really pressured, or also make you feel bad about wanting a certain place or a certain number for as far as your payment, they're trash. Your recruiter essentially works for you. They don't get paid unless you take that assignment. I think what has happened lately is that, like, since the traveling, what am I trying to say? There are so many nurses that have gotten into traveling that they've had to bring in a lot of recruiters, and a lot of these people are not experienced, and they feel like it's a really fast money grab. So you get to feel like that pressure, and that they're really nonchalant, being responsive. If they are slow to respond, throw them away. If they make you feel pressured about taking an amount or an assignment that you really don't want to take, throw them away. So choose a good recruiter. They need to be candid with you. They need to be personable with you. And if they're not, they're trash. So throw them away. Choose a good recruiter. Number 4, advocate for yourself. Now, when you get on the assignments, you guys, you have to advocate for yourself, right? We all know with all of these nurses going to jail, not all these nurses, but I'm saying we have to protect your license. When you go on these assignments, you have to speak up for yourself. Unfortunately, travelers are, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it, shit on a lot of the time. Meaning that they'll give you the worst patients and probably the most patients. Know when to speak up for yourself. If your assignment is not safe, stop it. No, I'm not taking this assignment. It is not safe. If they're trying to give you too many patients, no, stop. I'm not taking this many patients. Advocate for yourself, because I trust you. You're a traveler. If something were to go wrong in your assignment or with your patients, you are the first one that will be thrown under the bus, okay? And that goes for really any nurse, but particularly travel nurses. This company has no allegiance to you, and they don't care. They would throw you under the bus. So advocate for yourself. If you're not comfortable with an assignment, if you're not comfortable taking the patient, refuse it. You can refuse it. I mean, I don't know if they tell you guys that, but I don't have to take an assignment if I don't want to. So if it's unsafe for me. So absolutely advocate for yourself. This is imperative. Number 5, be flexible. Now, I say advocate for yourself, but as a travel nurse, you really need to be flexible, meaning you're probably going to float a lot. Particularly my El Paso assignment, when I was in El Paso, Texas last year, I floated a lot. Probably 60% of the time I floated. Now, with that being said, it is what it is. I expected this because I was a traveler. I expected to be the first to float. At my staff hospital, when I worked staff, travelers were the first to float. So you have to be flexible. Now, some of these times, these floating was not that bad. I was floated to easier units, or if I was floated to different types of units, they would typically give me the easier patients. So be flexible. Now, one day I just got to go to the ER and admit patients all day, which was easy. So sometimes being flexible works out in your favor. So you have to be flexible. You're a traveler, meaning now when I say be flexible, don't take on assignments that are out of your scope, and don't do tasks that is out of your scope or out of your specialty that you don't feel comfortable with. But be flexible. You're there to help the hospital, and you're there to help them function more smoothly. And sometimes you may come out on top. So just be flexible, you guys. That is it, you guys. I am doing so. This video is at 8 minutes. I'm awesome. So those of you guys who have not done so already, follow me on Instagram at Adam Deshawn. I'll put all of that information below. I'll also put my affiliate link for nursing.com below. That's it, you guys. And also, you guys, fellow travel nurses, comment below on other tips that you think may help new travel nurses exceed with their first travel assignment. All right, guys. Bye-bye.